it's holiday season. A ton of people are shopping for presents, but I also know thieves are out. So what kind of crimes get the biggest spike during this holiday time?
Typically during the holidays, burglary of vehicles is a real high crime that happens during this time. The thieves are out watching people shop, leave their stuff in their vehicle while they go eat, stuff like that. And those are usually signs for them to look out for when they see them go from one store to another store to a restaurant. Those are typically things they look for.
Okay. What about like package theft?
As far as
Like
package
whenever-
deliveries,
Yes. Do
so
you guys get reports on that, or have people kind of stop reporting?
no, we still get reports for theft, for mail theft, for package theft, the deliveries. Those happen throughout this year all the time. It's not usually higher during the holidays or other times. Those types of crimes can happen all the time. But for those, if you know you're expecting an expensive package, maybe schedule it to try to be delivered when you get home from work, or maybe ask a neighbor if they can take it, if it gets delivered while you're at work, see if they can go to your house and grab it for you, especially if you know ahead of time that it's going to be delivered.
Okay, so just to be clear, package theft you guys don't see as big of a spike because that's kind of year round, but car break-ins you guys do see a spike around the holiday time?
Yes, we have that going on right now. It
Yeah.
started about 2 weeks ago and it'll continue until the first week of January. Same thing with last year. We had the holiday task force, and those officers and detectives are strictly looking for thieves that are breaking into cars or doing package thieves. We'll have them sit out in the shopping centers looking for these guys.
Okay, so the holiday, what is it called?
Holiday task force,
The holiday task force, this is the second year?
we've been every year around Thanksgiving time until the beginning of the next year, we have a task force for the holidays.
Okay, and so what are some of the things that task force specifically looks out for, tries to prevent?
Burglary of vehicles, theft of vehicles, crimes of that nature, property crime type offenses.
Okay, so I think a lot of the precautions people should take are pretty common sense, but could you just list them out for people who may not even, think about, I need to hide my valuables and not leave my shopping bags in my back seat?
Yes, so besides not leaving your stuff in, if you're gonna go travel somewhere in this time, whether it's to the store, to an event, and you know you can't take your weapon in there, probably be better to just leave it at home and not in your vehicle, because thieves are looking for decals on your vehicle, stuff like that, that'll kind of clue them into maybe this person owns several guns. So if you can maybe take the decals off, that's usually a sign for them, whether it's gun decals, high-end tool decals, take those off, especially if you're gonna be traveling with that stuff in your vehicle. As far as your other valuables, like when you're going shopping, maybe try to take the stuff home before you stop at a restaurant to eat and not leave it in your vehicle. It doesn't take long for them to peek inside your window and see a bunch of Target, Best Buy bags under your seats, and that'll be a reason for them to break into the car.
Okay, and during this time of year, what about, do people get, I know jogging is a big thing, or even just people who get robbed coming out of malls? Is that something that also you guys see during the holiday time?
Oh yes, jugging is a crime that's been increasing quite often, especially around the holidays, the end of the week. Typically these thieves know that people get paid closer to the weekend. They'll see them at the bank, leaving the bank. They'll follow them several times to different locations and break into their cars. So if that's the thing that you're doing, if you're taking money out throughout the holiday season to go buy gifts, keep the money on your person. Don't leave it in your car. Even if you think it's safer in your car and you don't want to take the full amount inside the store with you, it's better on you than in your vehicle.
Okay, and what about robberies? Do a lot of these thieves think oh, maybe they're going to bring a lot of cash into the mall, and is that something you guys see as well?
Our unit, not so much. We don't deal with robberies, but that is sometimes the thieves, when it comes to jugging or strong arming, they typically don't want to rob. They know it's a higher charge, so they'll wait and break into your car and take the money rather than try to strong arm rob you, just because it's a higher charge. So at least for myself, that's not a crime that I look into, that I investigate, but it is happening. I mean, they will rob you if they don't see a good opportunity to break into your car. They will result to robbing.
Okay. And what are some other maybe not so common sense things that people don't think about this time of year, but you guys want them to be weary of, or know about?
Just when you travel, you have a responsibility to keep your weapons in your control. So if you're traveling throughout the holiday season and you're going to stay at a hotel, try not to leave your weapons in your vehicle, because the thieves do target hotels quite often now. That's one of the things we're seeing a spike in. They don't necessarily go to the shopping centers or the restaurants as much. They usually like to go to the hotels overnight. So if you're staying somewhere overnight for a quick trip, try not to leave your valuables in your car. They're more better with you, with those things with you rather than in your vehicle.
Okay, and I did, data shows that San Antonio is the 5th worst city for getting your gun stolen out of your vehicle per capita. So with the city being on the map for maybe something that's not so good, is that something that SAPD has been trying to start new initiatives on, or get something rolling to kind of try to lower those numbers?
So our task force that we have for property crimes is more of a proactive unit. So we are out there looking for car burglars, looking for people breaking into cars, stealing weapons.
Another thing with those package thefts, I know that a lot of people don't report them anymore because they know they're not going to get that stuff back. But I was talking to the district attorneys on how important it is to file a police report, because if someone gets caught, it makes a huge difference if there is one report against them rather than 3 when it becomes a federal offense. Is that something you're familiar with, or could kind of explain on the importance of reporting those package thefts?
As far as the guns that are stolen?
No.
Just
the
packages. Oh.
Just packages in general, and why is it important for people to actually report those?
No, it's definitely important to report it, because there's times when people who are stealing packages, they're typically driving erratic. So an officer could pull over a vehicle for driving erratic, running stop signs, and see several packages and have no idea that they don't belong to them. So if that person just stole a bunch of packages and you didn't make your report, those packages are just going to sit in the property room, and we're not going to be able to charge them with that because we don't know that it was a stolen package. So reporting it, whether it might seem small to you or not, even if you don't want to file charges, make the report. That way we have an idea of where the package came from, and we can charge them for that theft as well.
Okay, perfect. Anything I haven't asked that you think is important or you want people to hear?
No, just be responsible with your firearms. Like I said, if you can't take it in a business that you're traveling to, don't bring it with you, because you have a good chance of that firearm being stolen. So just be more responsible with your weapons. Don't just leave them in your vehicle. Leave them at home if you can't take it with you.